All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of a story time here, a little bit of reminiscing. And this is not something that I talk about too much. It is, however, something that I constantly draw upon as I coach. And honestly, I should talk about it more, so I'm gonna lay it all out here. I was very, very, very fortunate to be a part of a high school program that was extremely high performing. And in a sport where at the time it was still pretty small, today it has grown a lot, but in the sport of boys volleyball, it was pretty small. Most programs did not have a middle school team. We started in 6th grade. We had open gyms in 6th grade, and then we had a middle school program where we were coached very, very well. And I'm gonna try to find some pictures and put them here for your viewing pleasure, all right? From the jump, they had us trained properly. We built the right habits as soon as we started playing. And that led to an amazing career. My class, I graduated high school in 2016, so 9 years ago. My class won a state championship every single year. We ended up winning, I think, 6 in a row total. So a couple after I was gone, maybe it was 7. So we're talking absolute dynasty. And I believe at the end of my career, my overall record was, I think, like 70 or 80 something and 3. So I lost 3 matches in my entire high school career. My junior and senior year, I did not lose a set. We won every match 3-0. And looking back, I don't care what level, I don't care what age, that is absolutely insane. And so if you're an athlete and you want to win a championship, you just want to win in general, I'm telling you, you're probably not doing enough, because these schools that win championships, they are a whole entire different level. My team, my junior year, actually ended up number 4 in the national Max Preps rankings behind, I think, 3 California schools. So it was just insane to be a part of. I don't know if it can be replicated again, but I'm gonna talk about a few things that any team can do, that any player can do, that are absolutely vital to winning and rising to the top of your sport. One of the crazy things about our team was that, and we were lucky that basically the whole starting lineup of my team were essentially best friends on and off the court. We started playing together in 6th grade and just built up. We played club together. My school actually had its own club team, so we didn't go off and play somewhere else. And that built our chemistry even more. And we always hear about chemistry. But you can get to a point as a team where you're just so fluid, you're just so on the same page with everyone else, you're truly working as one. Our chemistry was off the charts. We didn't even have to communicate, honestly. We knew what the other person was gonna do. And even though our team wasn't the biggest, we beat teams badly that were bigger than us because we were so in sync. A simple thing you can do if your team chemistry sucks, just try to get to know someone else. You don't have to spend a huge amount of time with them. Just try to talk to someone else. Break out of your clique, because one thing my team was cliquey. We were not cliquey at all. Clickiness destroys teams. Just get out of your comfort zone and talk with someone else. When you are playing, you have to actually put effort into syncing up with your teammates. It requires empowering your teammates. It requires communicating honestly and consistently. It requires accepting feedback and constructive criticism. The next thing we did, which was absolutely insane, and to not lose a match for 2 years and not even lose a set, that is like an entire different level. But we respected, and this was partly because of our coaches. Our coaches took every team seriously, and we took every team seriously, even if they were horrendous. Something common I see so much is that teams will underperform when they're playing a lesser opponent. We didn't focus on the opponent. We focused on ourselves. We were crazy disciplined and crazy consistent. We would beat teams 25-5, 25-4. We beat our rivals like 25-10, 25-11, 25-11. And we beat teams multiple times a year, sometimes like 4 or 5 times a year. You know how hard that is? At some point, you're going to give one up. But we respected every opponent. And we also didn't talk shit. We never talked shit. We let our play do the talking. And that's why, even if we beat every single team, those teams respected us. We would always get compliments on how we handled ourselves. We were humble. We had no reason to show off or to prove ourselves or to be overconfident. Because when you feel the need to talk shit, it's insecurity, right? That's what it is. We never celebrated too early. We held it down, put our heads down, did the work, and got the job done, and then we celebrated. Actually, one thing that my team did before every single big match is we promised ourselves, and honestly, I don't even know if we would have held up to this, but we promised each other that we would win this game or we would not be friends anymore. Every single game, we would shake each other's hands like, I promise I will win this game, or we can never speak to each other again. We never lost, so we don't know what happened, but just little things like that. We didn't worry about looking good. We didn't care what jerseys we were wearing. We honestly didn't even have the best gear. Our jerseys were plain. We didn't have cool bags. We didn't have cool starting lineup displays. We had none of that. We were honestly pretty militant. Every away game, we would wear dress pants, a shirt, and tie. We would be looking professional every game. During the national anthem, literally it was pretty militant, honestly, looking back on it. But all of us would be there in sync, hand on our heart, hand behind our back, all looking the same, all acting as one, all treating it seriously. We got to practice early and we stayed late and we asked coaches to work with us if we needed to work on something. We all watched a whole lot of college volleyball and professional volleyball and we're trying to emulate them. And the last thing that made our team so cohesive is that everyone accepted their roles. There was never really a question of starting lineups. If your role was just serve, then you embraced that role. If your role was just to go in and play defense, you embraced it. If you were on the bench, then you gave your all, even if you were not playing. There was minimal jealousy. And that kept us together in tough moments. Sometimes when we would get down, we would have complete faith in ourselves that we would pull it out. We responded to adversity with calmness, with a healthy sense of confidence. And we were all there because we wanted to be the best, we wanted to reach our potential, and we actually loved the sport. People that didn't truly love the sport, that weren't truly there, they quit. We all lived and breathed the sport. To be great, it really requires that amount of passion because the passion is going to drive you to do the work and to stay disciplined and focus on the very, very little things, even when you don't want to. And when there was something new to learn, we embraced it. We got out of our comfort zone. We weren't stuck in what we know or what was comfortable. We embraced getting out of that, trying new things, and that helped us to evolve past other teams. So I know this video is probably going to be a lot longer than my previous ones. I could talk even more about it, but I'm gonna keep it at that. I'll probably bring up my past experiences more in future videos, but hopefully that helped to motivate you to up your game a little bit and show up a little bit more. So, see ya.